over there on Instagram. I like that. Keep doing what you're doing, big dog. Appreciate you. OFB, what's going on? Appreciate you. Miss Gretchen, what's going on? How you doing? DJ H is in the building. Carolyn Shepherd is here. Is here. Who else we got? Miss Debbie, what's going on, my friend? How are you? Appreciate you. Kane the GOAT, what's going on? Appreciate you for joining the membership on yesterday. I missed that. Appreciate it. Just letting you know how much I'm grateful. Appreciate you. Miss Kate, how you feeling? Tamara, what's going on? How you feeling? Appreciate you for rocking with us tonight. All right, let's get into the show. Let me bring the fellas up. I think Greg is backstage. He had something to do, but he's still here. So he'll log on when he gets a chance. JR Boxing is in the building. What's going on, bro?
B Watts, what's happening, man? What's up
Hey,
with you?
man, I'm here, bro. I'm here.
It's the same thing here, bro.
Ain't nothing going on. Ain't nothing going on. How was your day?
It was good, man. You know, when you come off vacation, it's like you get home and it's like you vacate you got a vacation from the vacation. So getting everything,
Yeah.
unpacking. I finally unpacked everything and all that stuff. But yeah, now just trying to relax and recover from the dang vacation we just had. So, but yeah,
Hey, I
it's all
know.
good.
Yeah, I know how them feelings is. I know how them feelings is, bro. Let's go and get into it. We ain't gonna hold everybody up. Uh, let's talk about Shadeur Sanders getting ready for that big day tomorrow. He report to training camp, but before that, he's been working hard. He's been putting in that work. And yesterday, he had a community service that he did to the community. That was a good thing. I liked that look from Shedeur giving back to the community. I think apartment complex had caught on fire and one person lost his life. And Shadeur was out of town, as he said, and he went out there, man, and them kids, man, giving back to the kids through food, music, haircuts, games they were playing, and he played football with them out there. That just shows the type of character he is, and it ought to be a blessing to Cleveland Brown to have a quarterback like that, member of the franchise. I mean, I understand that the quarterback position got to be solved on the field, but off the field, you can't beat the way he carried himself so far for the Cleveland Browns. What you think about that?
Absolutely, man. Hey man, it's a good thing to see, man. A young black man supporting the community after that tragic event that occurred at Garden Valley Projects out there in Cleveland, man, in that area. Uh, hey, shout out to the brother, to the man that lost his life, man. I can't recall his name, but he went in there trying to save his kids, man. And
Right.
apparently his kids are in critical condition. So prayers to them for sure, and prayers to that whole community. The reports say over 100 people have been displaced from that fire. But for Shador to be back in town, man, and host an event and festivities to give back to that area, to give back to those young kids, just so they can escape a tragic event that occurred weeks prior. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. You know, some people may laugh at that, like, oh, he doing it for the cameras and whatever, whatever. Regardless, you doing it. So whether cameras there or cameras not there, you giving back, you pouring back into people that look like you. I can never hate on that. I can never discourage that, and I salute him, man.
Yeah.
So what we've seen from him has been class act for a very long time, and that just goes even further into it. But that community and for those people that have been displaced, man, definitely my prayers go out to them, and I can't even imagine a situation like that. But thankful for Shadeur. His mom was out there with him. There was another Cleveland player reportedly out there as well in the community. So that's a good look altogether for sure.
Yeah, it is, man. You just gotta give your props to them, man. Whatever they want to say about it. Ain't nothing bad you can say about that. When a person sacrificed, he didn't go to the SB or nothing like that. He canceled that event and went on out there to, I mean, serve the community. You can't beat that.
A-
from a franchise quarterback. They ain't got to be a franchise quarterback. Just a member of your team, just go out there and give back to the community. And I promise you, those kids will remember that for the rest of their life. I
Absolutely.
guarantee it will. They're gonna carry a lot of weight. I'm not saying they're gonna carry a lot of weight in deciding the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, but they're gonna carry a lot of weight as some kids grow up and they remember that should do it. He didn't have to do it now. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to do
Exactly.
it. That just lets you know how much Coach Prime has put into his boys or his entire family, and they go out there and do something like that. But big ups to Shedeur Sanders and his team to put that event on. Well, we're getting ready for the report training camp tomorrow. What are some things that you expect to see? Let me rephrase that. When you look at Shadeur as a quarterback, what are some of his attributes that stands out to you? When I look at Shadeur, I look at ball placement, accuracy, putting the ball where it needs to be, his toughness, scanning the field, going through his progression. Those are the type of things that I look at Shadeur as a franchise quarterback. Those are some of the traits that he have put on display at Jackson State and Colorado. So when you look at Shedeur Sanders as a quarterback, what are some of the traits? Y'all help me out, chat. Help me out, chat. Y'all answer that too. Put it down in the chat. What are some of Shedeur's strengths and traits that you look at as a quarterback?
Man, I like everything you said. I would just like to add on to what you said. Understanding the moment. Not shying away from that moment. I remember like watching some well-off videos back in the day, and Coach Prime, he'll say as he's speaking to the team, like, man, you got to take advantage of your moments.
Right.
And it's been time and time again that we've seen Shador take advantage of moments. So this is another moment. This is a stepping stone in his life. This is a stepping stone in his career. First NFL training camp. So go in and take advantage of those moments. Few and far in between, whether he gets a tremendous amount of reps or a limited amount of reps. But when that moment comes to you, be ready for it, man, and just take advantage of it, because that's the difference between you know somebody that's great and somebody not making a roster. Like those are the moments. I remember Victor Cruz, like watching the game like way back in the day. Victor Cruz, wide receiver for New York Giants. He had a moment during preseason that helped him stay on the roster. Then he later became a cornerstone for the New York Giants. So Odell Beckham, that amazing catch that he had, that one-handed catch against the Dallas Cowboys on a Monday night game or something. That was a moment helped propel his NFL career. So when Shador gets a moment, whether it be in training camp, whether it be in preseason, whether it be regular season, that's something I like about him. He takes advantage and he capitalizes on those moments, and I don't think that's going to stop. So I want him to do that along with all the other things you named: the ball placement, the accuracy, the acumen, the knowledge that he brings, the command of a huddle, the presence that he has around his teammates, all of that stuff embedded in him, man. And he's been doing that for years. So I don't think that's going to change walking into an NFL locker room. It's just when that moment's in front of you for you to be the guy, are you still going to be that guy when you go into another echelon of play or professionalism? And I think he could do
Mhm,
that for sure.
mhm. Now we're getting ready to go once again in the training camp. Many people have pushed back on me about be watch, slow down. In the past couple of weeks, it was just rookie minicamp. Slow down, be watch. It was just OTA. Slow down, be watch. It was just mandatory minicamp. Training camp haven't even started yet. Well, he report tomorrow and the vet report on the 22nd, and the team report all together next week. Now, coming out of college, coming into the NFL draft, it was some people that reported some negative stuff about him and some false stuff about him. They was talking about his arm strength. He held on the ball too long at Colorado. They don't know if he had the football IQ or the leadership or the skills to be a professional quarterback because he's been up under Coach Prime so long. Well,
Hmm.
the time is finna come, JR. We heard the whispers. We heard everything that people were saying, which I thought was false and fake. fake news anyway. But still, the spotlight gonna be on Shedeur. Can Shedeur handle the spotlight because it finna get even hotter and that spotlight finna get even brighter. It's gonna be brighter than in Colorado because this the NFL, this the big boy league. It's the
Absolutely.
big boy league. They said he wasn't coachable. He ain't never played for another coach other than Coach Prime. Well, we finna get ready to see, and I'm gonna see with those same people that said that against him, and when he go out there and prove them wrong, will they come back and say, "Hey, we were wrong about Shedeur. He's that stand-up guy." So when you look at his critics, his critics, what you expect them to say once he go out there and perform at a high level that they didn't see coming?
What they gonna say?
Yeah,
Man, you know how it is when it come to media and people with opinions, man. They lose their train of thought like they never said it. Oh man, I always thought he was gonna be this. The boy was always good at Colorado. He always put up stats. He always did this. He always find a way to win. So that just like Big Snacks just said, man, they just talking. That last comment that was on the screen, they just talking, man. For the
yeah.
people that had the negative things to say, oh, he don't have a strong arm. A strong arm in comparisons to what? What you compared him to Josh Allen's arm? Because there's a multitude of quarterbacks that don't have a arm stronger than Josh Allen's. So,
Mm-hmm.
so what are we comparing it to? Oh well, he can't read a defense or he can't do that. But how do you know he can't read the defense? Oh well, he took a lot of sacks. Well, did you see the play of the offensive line? I mean, a lot of people would have took a lot of sacks behind that. So
Right.
when it comes to things like that, man, people just talk. Big Snack said it in the comment, man. People's just talking. But when it comes around and he's able to prove to himself that one, I'm an NFL player, and then two, go about doing your business, and then you're gonna hear the critics, they just gonna move the goalposts. That's what critical people or people that are critical of someone, they'll just move the goalposts to meet their narrative. What up, Greg?
Hey, Greg.
Man,
Let me get
I
your.
see he got that
Let me get,
suave shirt on today. He look like it's silk.
Oh man, dog,
yeah.
Almost like milk over there.
I
Like,
just
what is
came
this?
from gymnastic practice with the
We
little
got
one,
on we
man.
got on t-shirts. He come all looking like Keith Sweat.
It ain't nothing but a golf shirt, man. When I go golfing, it ain't nothing but a whole golf shirt.
All right, pal. Come on. Let's go. Greg, let me get your take on Shadeur Sanders giving back to the community when he was out there in that apartment, giving back to the kids out there. What's your thought on that?
Well, my first thought is like, probably not my first thought, but I'm like, imagine they gave him that 40 million. Like he doing it out of his little fifth round check. So it's like, you take from somebody who's a giver, you only hurting yourself. But he did what he could. He did what he do. That's what professionals do. I mean, I know when I came up, that's what professionals do. When you look at like Ward Dunn, what he used to do back in the day, a lot of people don't know. He put hundreds of single moms in quietly in homes. You know, so he's a pro because he was raised as a pro. He's a rookie. What rookie's doing that? They don't know how to
Right.
do that, but he's been groomed. So that would be a benefit of having somebody like Shedeur. You would think all the negatives, like when we talk about what he just said, all the arm strength and all that stuff there, you know, you want to focus on whatever you think is a negative, but you avoid the positives. That's one of the
Mhm.
positives. He's a
Right.
professional. He knows how to build a community. He gonna make people come support your team. They gonna want to see him play, and I would think that would be good for a franchise. So I think it's just fitting what he's doing because he's professional.
Hmm.
You know, that's
Yeah. But okay, Jr. Let's move on to the next topic. What you expect training camp? Training camp. Let's focus on training camp because it starts tomorrow. But only the rookies really report tomorrow. Ain't too much they gonna do in training camp that what they ain't already done. But I heard the head coach in an interview was saying that he had to make sure each quarterback get enough reps during the OTAs and mandatory minicamp to get them up to speed, because when it's training camp, it's time to go. So what go mean, I don't know. I don't know what it means, because anything come out of his mouth lately, I just don't believe. So what you think about the head coach, Kevin Devine?
Oh man, like, look, in any process, especially in this process, the one thing we know about the NFL, everything's filmed. From the moment they come into the building, when they in these meeting rooms, when they on the practice field, everything is being filmed. So the staff has had this last few weeks, right, to just kind of go back and look at the players that they have, look how they communicated in these rooms, talking to the position coaches. How did they communicate? What did they understand about, whatever installs that we was going through? How did it translate on the field? And then you looking at the film footage. How did they go about making reads and things like that? So the coaching staff has had a great amount of time to sit down and do all of that stuff to kind of chart out how they want their training camp to go. So when it comes to reps, when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to installs of information to the players and things like that, look, they giving it to them quick, fast because the season is right around the corner. So only thing I can do is take Kevin Stefanski at his word. Look, they gonna hit the ground running. So I expect the rookies when they report in. You done already reported in during rookie uh OTA to get a familiarization with the building and things like that. We ain't got to go through that no more. You already got all
Right,
your gear issued. We ain't got to go through that no more. So now
right,
it's coming in. We picking up where we left off. This is the install. Now go translate that to the field. And so
right.
that's what I expect from the coach. And may the best man win. And I think that's gonna be Shedeur when it comes to them two rookies for sure.
I don't know. I think that I mean, when you look at a lot of the other things that they attended, it wasn't mandatory, you know, outside of the rookie count. I think that at this point, I don't know if the other guys want to let him or Dylan Gabriel get any kind of leg up. They might come out there anyway. I don't know. This is a competition. I don't know the mindset. I really don't. Like, people say what they want. Is it Dylan Gabriel? Is it Shadeur? Is it that? I think at the end of the day, as long as he get the reps that he need, that he not getting with four people out there, that's always a plus. So the less quarterbacks out there, the more chance he get to prove what he do. However that happened, rain delay, snowstorm, if he can go out there and a couple quarterbacks don't show up, whoever it is, it's a plus for him. So if it's the rookies or whatever, that's fine. He need the reps. He need the proof, social proof. And you can't do that when everybody else getting 20 reps and you get 5, like how it's supposed to go. So
Right.
maybe, hopefully, that's to be the case.
Yeah. No, once again, man, them reps gonna be important, man. It's just hard meeting. It's hard me to see four quarterback in the rep when you trying to prep for a game, bro. And 2 weeks after you report for practice, who you gonna install the offense to? Who gonna be in rhythm when a game going? It take rhythm with a wide receiver and a quarterback. It take time and plays down. You got to do a lot. So I'm sure that head coach have already identified who he want to be the starter and the backup quarterback. I'm sure of that. I have no doubt about that. No way you could be coaching in the NFL and don't have a plan coming into training camp. That's just hard for me to believe or hard to believe, me to digest that the Cleveland Browns is that stupid or dumb. I hate to use those words, but it will be there if they don't. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Dysfunctional,
have a plan, man. I
dysfunctional,
don't.
dysfunctional.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
unless you
dysfunctional,
really
man.
unless you really gonna be prove a conspiracy that somebody got to be the loser. With Hulk Hogan
Um,
and Ric Flair fighting Royal Rumble, somebody got to take the pin, the body slam. We look
yeah.
at it from that way, but if it's a production, if it's a show, you know, Cleveland might be the one to take the L. They might be the team that, hey, take the knockout, if that makes sense. And that would make
Nah.
sense. That would make sense on their quarterback. They running off all the good quarterbacks. They ain't really look like, from their decision making, it don't look like they trying to win. This the whole situation they created with Shedeur. They created that situation with Shedeur. They could have picked them, but they did all that crazy crap and wasted the extra pick on the quarterback. Like, they got it like that. They don't have it like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now I'm with B Watts. I'm with B Watts on this one, man. They can't be
yeah,
that dysfunctional
yeah. They can't be
to
that.
not
I
know.
mean, I mean, when you look at the room, though, Jr. When you look at the room and look at their history with Joe Flacco, look, you can look at his history. I ain't gonna take his accolades from him. I know what he done did in the past, but he's 41, Jr. He's
Hmm
41.
hmm
He's 41. When you look at Kenny Pickett, I know he was a first round draft pick, but it didn't work out. He didn't show his talent at Pittsburgh like they thought he was going to do. And then he went to Philadelphia. They didn't even want him to stay there to be the backup. So why Cleveland got to take somebody else? Trash. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Why did they jump the gun? And like I said earlier today, somebody in that organization, Cleveland organization, knew they had Kenny Pickett, knew that they already had Joe Flacco, knew they already were going to draft Dylan Gabriel, but somebody in the organization pushed the envelope after all what they had done, still draft Shadeur Sanders.
hmm
And check this out. I forgot all about it. And I said that this today. They trade away 2 6 round draft picks to move up to draft Shadeur. So they had to see something in it. They had to see something in the room that they already had established. So I don't know how this thing gonna turn out, but I believe Shadeur still can beat the odds, no matter what against him. Because I'm looking at the room, like the guys say on ESPN. When you look at that room, couldn't neither one of these quarterbacks start on another team. None of them,
Oh
other
no,
than
yeah,
Shadeur.
yeah. I mean, I'm with you, D Watts, 100% on what you just said. It's interesting to say the least. The quarterbacks that they have in the building. Five of them total in the room if you count Deshaun Watson. So I mean, it's just interesting to say the least. I'm not a fan of Cleveland football, so hey, more power to them, man. I don't think they going nowhere, but for Shador, for his sake, and man, just go out there and do what you know how to do, and that's win football games. So you don't have the best roster constructed. You don't have a Philadelphia Eagles type roster constructed. So go out there, take advantage of your opportunities, make plays when you need to make plays, be smart with the football, do all of those things to keep you on an NFL roster. Because nothing's guaranteed in the NFL. You should do Sanders, but it ain't guaranteed. So that's it is what it is, man. But he'll be all right. I don't get it either. Be watched, but we'll see what happens. We'll
Yeah,
know real soon what happens. The good thing about training camp, a lot of injuries occur in training camp.
right.
So he could be fourth on the depth chart starting off and could be second the next day with a hamstring, with a shoulder, with a finger hitting a helmet, anything. So, I hope Shador stays healthy throughout training camp, throughout the process and stuff like that. But that's one thing we know about training camp. You see that ESPN ticker, somebody hurt, some ACL, hamstring, oblique injury, anything that can prolong them staying out of training camp, and then you can see him immediately shoot up. So,
Mm, that's gonna be interesting.
I'm say keep hope alive at the end of the day. Um, when you look at how that organization has done certain things, you say you will hope that they are not that, whatever word you want to fill in the blank with. But I think at the end of the day, history proves a lot of things. I think ultimately it'll turn out good for Shador if he does what he does, because the value is going to be proven one way or another. Because I don't think the people will show up for him at the end of the day. So as long as the people show up for him, then he'll be in a good situation, because that would be the foolish thing, to ignore the will of the people who buy the tickets, the people who gonna watch the game. You know, you don't want to, especially if you don't have it like that. You know, you don't have it like that. You're not a big city. You're not a winning program. So you don't have it like that. So it's in their best interest. But again, the conspiracy in me will say, you know, and they know how to mess up a season. You know, they know how to do that well. So, you know, that's how I look at it. You know, it ain't got nothing to do with him. It has to do with, I mean, they don't play it over enough people. But the people go on to have a career. You know, look at Baker Mayfield. You know, so it's not the end. But I don't know. I can't speak for it. There would be a new thing if they did the right thing. It would be new. Maybe it's a good time to do the right thing. I don't know.
Yeah. But when you look at the quarterback room, JR, once again, who you prefer? Take Shedeur Sanders out of it. When you look at Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dylan Gabriel, which quarterback will you be comfortable with starting out?
Hey, yeah, I'm comfortable. Start off Dylan Gabriel so he can go ahead and be bad, get it out the way, and then you just bring in Shadeur. Just get it out the way.
That's
Like, I
it.
mean,
That's it.
what are we
That's
wait? What
it.
are we waiting for? Like, if
That's
that's your
it.
third, yeah, if that's your third round pick, just go ahead, try his little 5-10 behind out there, game one. Let them get blown out, game two, blown out, game three, and then be like, ah, well, that experience is done. And then, because, on a losing team, the most popular person is the backup quarterback. That's the
Right.
most popular person. So if Shador is the backup and the Browns is losing, he the most popular man in the organization. They
Right.
cheering for his name every game.
Right.
We want 12. So um,
I don't think about that today. That's where I'm at too. At first, I
yeah,
said Kenny Pickett. I said, nah, I don't even want to see Kenny Pickett. I don't want to see Joe Flacco. Go on and let Dylan Gabriel go out there. That's the one they picked before Shadeur. He said he was his second player on his chart, but never said who was his number one. Well, let him roll on out there then. Let's see how it
absolutely.
turn out. Let-
Look,
Let's see how that turn out. My bad, Jeff.
at 41 years old, Joe Flacco could probably still win you a few games. I mean, just 2 years ago, when Deshaun Watson got hurt, Joe Flacco came in a 5-game stretch. He went 4-1 and helped them get into the playoffs. So he can win you a few games. So that's the last thing you want for him to start off. I mean, from an organization standpoint, sure, they want to win the games. But from a fan perspective, being a fan of Shador, that's the last thing I want to see. I don't want to see Joe Flacco go out there and be winning. What's the reason for the Browns to then sit him? He would
Right,
just keep going. And then
right,
you're doing this whole carousel of, well, they're gonna get another quarterback. They got 2 first-round picks in 2026. What they gonna do? Well, so we doing all that again. Nah, no, 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 no. Off the rip, put old little hands out there, and I mean Dylan Gabriel, because he got small hands. So put him out there. Let him go ahead and go through his mistakes as a rookie and let him look real bad, and then be like, all right, Shador, hey, we got you in, and then go from there. That's how I see it. If I can't pick Shador to start off game one, that's
yeah.
what I got, Greg.
I mean, but that's how it's gonna go, right? I mean, it's gonna go. You know, everybody else go, and you don't want to be dealing with a situation where you hope people fail, because that defeats the purpose. Because I don't know what it benefit Shador to be on a losing team. I mean, come in and you 3 and something, and because the morale and all that to be different, it may justify you the dumb theory again, another quarterback next year. It's not a whole lot of benefit to him to come in the bat, but it looked like that's the way it's gonna go, because that's where it's set up. He ain't had no reps up this point. You want to go in the order of things, you let them go up there, somebody get hurt or whatever, and by the time he come in 6 games or something like that, that looks like the natural order. That looks like their way of doing things.
Hold
So
on, time out. So what y'all saying? No matter what go on in training camp, ain't no way they gonna let Shadeur go out there first or second.
it would be dumb. That would be dumb. That would be dumb. You know why that would be dumb?
Why they
They,
gonna be done? If
because
he go out there and perform well, now I'm saying he go out there and outperform all of them in training camp and still come out. The
But
last quarterback.
theoretically, he's already outperformed them. You look at his numbers, but the thing is, you ain't
But
gave
they
him
said that don't count though, Greg. They said don't count until training camp,
ain't
until the
nothing he do
badge
count.
come on.
Ain't nothing he do count, because if you do it in training camp, they're gonna say it's just only training camp. It's not a real game. If you do it in preseason, it's only preseason. If you do it in a game and they playing, the Dolphins or somebody where he ain't beat nobody, like I said, Colorado, he ain't beat nobody. I mean, if that's the case, nothing he do is worth for the crowd. So you got to look at it. If somebody want to hate, they can always move the goalpost. We can't wait till they stop moving the goalpost, because that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I look, B Watts, I'm like you. When people say like, well, OTAs and rookie minicamp, that didn't count. I'm like, man, have people never been in a professional setting, like been professionals at a job? Like once you on board somewhere, you typically in some type of status, whether it's an orientation period or you on a probationary period or something before you become full-time employee. So I'm looking at it from a professional mindset, like, all right, rookie mini camps and all stuff, that's like orientation. So you still want to make an impression doing orientation. You go try to go to some Fortune 500 company and you doing an orientation and you jacking up on orientation, they're not bringing you back. So now that you being brought back, now this the training camp's a probationary period. You can't go in there and stink up the joint. You gotta actually play because they got to trim the fat of the roster. They got days that when they come, the roster got to be down to a certain point.
Yeah. Cause they had 90
So
now, got down to 50, what, 52,
yeah,
53?
53. And then I think they're able to keep maybe 10 practice players or something like that. But that's how I look at it.
But it's in his
OTAs,
best
rookie
interest.
minicamp.
It's
Yeah,
in his best interest at
OTAs.
this point, almost August, haven't had any reps. You ain't put no installments for him, and it will be a setup to throw him out there, because I've been saying, Cam Ward, all them boys been getting their reps with who they gonna play with, preparing them to be the guy. Why would he get the short end of the stick? You need to get him the months to prepare and installments to fit him and to get the players used to him like everybody else. Why throw him out there with a week and say, go? That ain't beneficial to him. Because even if
Definitely
you
not.
do play good, you only going to be able to imagine what we're doing. What if he had been doing this for 3 months? So it's like, at this point, because you let it get, I didn't, because you let it get to this point, and halfway through July, going into August, he going to minicamp. And from what we know, and this is some big secret, he didn't have no first team reps, and he got less reps than everybody. From what we know, it looks like that it's a setup if they do put him out there. This is better but guess what? Nobody else in any better situation. They got more reps than him, but they've been splinted, so they're not going to
Hmm.
look that great. So you screwing your team over. You screwing your team over because you haven't solidified who the starter going to be like other teams. And it ain't because they did a holdout. They've been there. So
Hmm.
now whoever you put out there is gonna be like in the same situation he in. So who you rather be in that situation? Because when they mess up, it's gonna be like, oh, well, Flacco is old. Well, Pickett, he never been that good. So that's easy for them. They can keep their career can keep going because that's normal. That's who they are.
Hmm.
Let Shedeur do it, and it's like, oh, I told you he should have been a 10th round pick. I told you he wasn't no good without his daddy. He can't afford nobody to put him in that situation. You got to put him in the best situation for him to succeed.
Yeah, I mean, definitely you want an ideal situation, but look, everything ain't gonna be picturesque.
But
So
we want to see him play. But
yeah,
is that the best situation for him?
not right now.
That's what I'm saying. We
I
got to look
wouldn't
at it from
expect
him,
him.
not for us.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to go out the first quarterback out during a preseason game. Especially like you starting training camp. Training camp, what? Almost 3 weeks long before they get to not even that long because I want to say their first
Nope.
preseason game is
At the
August
end of the
8th.
month.
Yeah,
They
it's
got
it's
2 more
August.
weeks there. They got
Yeah.
2 more
So
weeks.
it's 2 weeks to the preseason game. So I wouldn't expect them to trot them out there the first preseason game because, like you said, Greg, that'd just be a setup. That'd be a head scratcher. Like, all right, you trying
Oh,
them out there first,
y'all don't set him up.
unless we seeing something in practice or unless they see something on the tape where like, nah, he the one and he gonna be our one to come all the way through. But Kevin Stefanski not gonna go to the podium and say that because it would
Yeah,
be like again, well, who was number one on your draft board? If it wasn't Shedeur, then who was number one? And
yeah,
then we
yeah.
just back to that question again, and he gonna be looking stupid at the podium, like, well, I mean, look, this is the quarterback we're going with now. Okay, so
Which you know what's ugly about all of this? Since we on this semi-conspiracy tip, you put the combination of what they did to him in the draft, what they've been trying to say about him for the last 2 years, and trying to make him they speaking it, and then they trying to force him into a image, a negative image,
mhm.
whether it's his athletic ability, how he deal with his team, his attitude. They've been trying to project that for the last 2 years. People pay attention, and everywhere else around his dad and him, and vice versa, and how they put it together. Then you think about they made all the teams not pick him. We act like Cleveland made the decision. Yeah, somebody just stood up and said, "Hey, we're gonna get him." How we don't know that Cleveland was the only team that could get him. That way everybody else stood back. And it's like at the end of the day, out of all that you put together, how do you end up on the worst team for a quarterback? And in the worst situation for a quarterback. Put all those variables together. It don't look like a mistake. You go to a team that ain't did nothing but dump on quarterbacks, and then they got 4 of them, all new,
Yeah,
2 in the same draft.
I'm still
It's
trying
like
to
a
figure it
setup
out,
all
man.
around. And I mean, that's what they think they're doing. Because it can't. Like, how do you end up there? I mean, you could have went to the Saints and basically killed that starting position, but they looked over you. You could have went to the Raiders. You could have went to all Steelers. They didn't even have no quarterback. You could have went there, but everybody, the agreement was that ain't by no mistake.
Yeah.
We can dog
Hmm.
Cleveland out all day. Cleveland's just playing their role, the losing role, but they playing their role.
Yeah. Like I said, it's still interesting to me how you got guaranteed money on the books in that room with Deshaun Watson, albeit he hurt or whatever. The owner, in so many words, saying it was a swing and a miss. So what does that mean? Are we giving up? Are we moving on? Or what? Like, what are we trying to do? Because you don't just want to see guaranteed money walk out the way and you don't get no return on the investment. So you keep him around. But yeah, then you bring in three other quarterbacks, or four really, in a span of what, two
Months.
months? Yeah, 2 months. They bring in four quarterbacks. So I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to
Then you
do,
play round robin
but
with 4 new quarterbacks. Now you can do that if you let's say Flacco been there for 10 years. That would be
yeah,
the idea. We act like he been there. And let's say he been there for 10 years and he like, oh, we bring these Netsers guys to replace him if he get hurt or whatever. He aging out and he gonna sit out the mini camp and he gonna sit out and he gonna come do like Rodgers, as they say he was gonna do, and come right at at the end, right at camp. That's what the typical veteran quarterback would do. But you go get an old, aging veteran quarterback plus a semi-veteran quarterback who only been playing a couple years, but he's the only veteran compared to the other 2 rookies you went and got in the same draft class. That sounds like a reality show, a
yeah.
football reality show. They look like they trying to win.
They that's why I said, man, they not
You
trying
talking
to
about
win,
Shedeur,
man,
they even
but
trying to win.
I don't think they're trying to win, man. That's why I said more power to them, because it ain't my team. So I don't think they trying to win just based on the situation that has just transpired since the draft. Like,
I'm trying to
I,
remember when
you
the
know,
last time they tried to win.
because if
Well,
it's me, I keep it
well,
real. I would
well,
have
this
told
my
Deshaun
team. Well, let
Watson,
me speak up since JR don't want to speak up. This my team. I'm with
this your
Shadeur.
team.
Shadeur on Cleveland. I'm rocking with Cleveland. And when we get ready to play your team, we beat you with Shadeur. We don't care what kind of conspiracy no went on. We don't care what the odds are in our front of us. Shedeur Sanders gonna prevail, and he gonna be QB1. And I speak that in the name of Jesus right now.
Oh
No
Lord!
matter what they throw out
Oh
there at
Lord!
Shedeur, walk them down
What
quick.
you just said,
Walk
Jay?
them down. We coming in kicking butt, taking name later, start tomorrow. Hands down. That's the problem right there. That's the problem. Cleveland ain't your team. That's all what it is. That's why you sit up here popping your gun. Cleveland just ain't your team. Well, who your team, JR?
I'm a Texans, man.
What have y'all done?
What do you mean we won
Okay,
our
I'll move
division the
on. Like
past
I
2 years?
said, I
I'm saying,
guarantee you Cleveland will beat Texas anyway. Greg, we
hey,
already know who your team is, Atlanta Falcons. What they done?
Hey,
They drafted a quarterback and signed him. They did the same thing that Cleveland did. They did
hey,
the same.
hey,
They signed a quarterback
hey,
and turned
hey,
around and
be
drafted
what?
Michael Penix the
Be
same
what?
year. I
You
got time
just
tonight.
you.
Once again, Shedeur
Oh
Sanders
no!
finna get ready to stand
I'm
up
not
in
letting
there.
you do that, be
Hey,
what?
we ain't worried about no Joe Flacco, no Kenny Pickett, Dylan
let him
Gabriel.
go
No,
off. Let him go
Hold up,
off,
we
Greg.
not
Let him
worried
hold up,
go
about
off.
J.R. Boston.
hold
We
up,
ain't worried about Greg said. We ain't worried about the
hold
people
up.
in the chat. We gonna get ready to do this thing.
Oh no! I know
QB1.
you ain't deflect on me with your Falcon loving self.
Yeah,
You
man,
just
I
got
ain't
them
never
Falcons
rocked with no
jersey.
Falcons.
You
I
just
ain't
got
never
them
went with no
Falcon jersey
Falcons.
out that back room back there. That room back there with
I
that
ain't never
damn
rocked with no
jersey
Falcons.
got
I
place
ain't.
back there. You just moved it.
Oh man.
Hey,
B
hey, yeah,
Watts got
yeah, yeah, yeah,
season tickets
yeah,
to
yeah.
Falcons. See, B Watts got season tickets. He down
Shoot.
low Falcon level.
Look,
Oh boy, ain't no way,
salute to
man.
him.
But
Salute to him, Greg. Because it won't be the first time BY's been right. He was right about Augusta leaving.
hey, all right, with
He,
a
he,
whole lot of
he,
stuff.
he
You
said
just
he
don't
was
want to
leaving and
say
he left.
it.
So
Ain't
12
too many
night.
things I've been wrong about on this
Yeah,
B
show.
Watts
Okay,
had
yeah.
something to do.
let
He
me
had
come at you
something to
like
do with
this.
that. B Watts
Let me
had
come at you
something to
like
do with
this.
that because Augusta got tricked. I think B Watts was behind it.
He
That's how he knew. Because
be
Augusta, he gonna be at Georgia State. He gonna end up
that
at
makes
Georgia
sense.
State right with B
B
Watts.
B Watts
That's
was
where
an
everybody
NIL
go and die.
donor. He was an NIL donor for Virginia. I see where you're
He
going with
went
that,
down. The money
Greg.
wasn't
B
even real.
Watts.
I think B Watts spent
That's
the
where
money.
everybody go to die. Georgia State.
Hey, 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 Jr. B Watts sent him a fake deal, and then he got there and he realized the money wasn't real, but he done already gave up his position in Colorado. That B Watts knew that was going on.
That's what B Watts
Hey,
did. Yep.
hey, we got 10 more minutes. We got 10 more minutes. Check this out. Let's switch over and talk about Colorado football team. All right. Let's give Coach Prime. Coach Prime, when you look at the team, when you really look at the team, now the Big 12 committee and whoever the talking heads of the Big 12, man, they got us ranked number 11 out of 16 teams. 11 out of 16 teams. Coach Prime going in his third year, JR. Why Coach Prime can't get the props of turning a college program around like everybody else doing? They getting this dude Willingham, he only been there 1 year.
Oh,
1 year.
Willingham? Nah,
Not
Willingham been at
I
Utah
mean
for a minute.
the Arizona State coach.
Kelly Dillingham, he been there 3 years. That's as long as Coach
Been there
Prime.
3 years.
Yeah.
First time here, I'm last year. But still though, why Colorado can't get respect? Is it because of Shedeur was gone and Travis gone? Hell, they said they wasn't no good last year.
Yeah. Nah, look, I don't know what the variables are when it comes to people doing their rankings or whatever like that, because you don't know what people value when it comes to the ranking system. So who knows why they have them there? I mean, I could speculate to say, I guess the roster had a lot of turnover. You lose, a Travis Hunter, you lose a Shedeur, a Shiloh, and all of these
Okay. What
veteran
Arizona
guys
State
that
got coming back? They lost Scatterboo, the best player in the Big 12. Other than
I
Travis.
mean, some people would say they got the best quarterback in the Big 12 coming back in Sam Levitt. That's what some people would say. So, but again, I don't know what these ranking people are looking at when they going about doing that, what they value. But I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
Eh,
That just I can't 11? They got them number 11, Greg, out of 16 teams. That's just hard for me to believe. And I don't believe that quarterback that good. I believe I mean, you already know what my heart is. I ain't ashamed to tell nobody. Case Saw the best quarterback. He ain't just the best in the Big 12. I think he's the best quarterback in the country. That's just me. That's just me. Now, when you do look at the Big 12, the teams that really may have a shot to win it up all other than Colorado, I think Iowa State caught them two big old tight ends they bringing back. And the quarterback, he pretty good. BYU ain't gonna be no factor. They lost their quarterback. Uh,
Mhm.
who else? That's it to me. I take that back. They said TCU, and then you got to look at Texas Tech because they spend a lot of money. So I got to see what he at.
So
But
you
to
don't
me,
respect Kansas State no more?
nah, Kansas State ain't got it, bro. They lost that wide receiver, man.
They
They
don't they
lost
don't
that running back. They lost that running back too. So
the
I
running
just
back. The
believe.
running back, where he go? Oh, he NFL,
Went,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, he
went to
went to the
NFL.
NFL. He
hmm
went
What
to the
team he end up
NFL.
going?
I don't know. He went to the NFL, but I think the Raiders. No, not the Raiders, but I don't forgot, Rick. I don't want to tell that lie. But when you just look at Colorado defensive side of the ball, especially the line of scrimmage, and the offensive side of the ball, the line of scrimmage, and the most important part, they got two quarterbacks. They can go out there and get the job done. That ain't too many teams in college got two quarterbacks, my dog.
They definitely should be.
And Case Saw can put so much pressure on them with them wide receivers and a decent running back. Somebody said something.
I'm saying they
That's
definitely
great.
should be top three in their conference. Like what? So you
They
say
good.
Colorado is ranked
Yeah.
what? What are they ranked? 11th?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean that makes
Yeah.
sense because that's what they did last year. But like they definitely are top three in their conference. They definitely top three.
They gotta
I don't
be,
know.
bro.
I don't know who the three is, but they definitely top three.
No, I'm
Yeah,
saying, me personally, I think Iowa State and maybe Texas. I got to see what Texas Tech got. They say they spent a lot of money, but I just got to see it on the field. And TCU, I've heard a lot of things about them, but that's it for me. BYU ain't gonna be no factor. Kansas State ain't gonna be no Kansas State ain't gonna be no factor. Maybe because they schedule. Now I looked at their schedules. They don't play nobody. Now Colorado play everybody. That's that problem. They just play everybody. Go ahead, JR.
yeah. Look, we Colorado lost a lot. We lost a lot. So I mean, the two linebackers that started last year, they gone. Uh, so that's a big loss.
But they
Although
got
I'm
two.
high,
They got two linebackers just the better they are.
I mean, I'm high on the linebackers that were brought in, but again, we ain't seen them play in a Colorado uniform. Now, if Nikhil Hill Green would have still been there, and you still bring in, these additional linebackers, then it's like, all right, at least you had somebody in that room that was on the field for the Buffs last year. So I mean, so you lost a lot. You even lost a lot, in the secondary with Travis Hunter and Cameron McCrae. So now you got to replace those guys. So I mean, you lost a lot, man.
Every team gonna lose somebody. Every
But
team
still
gonna
though,
lose somebody.
you lost all your starting receivers, all of them gone, and
Oh
the
what?
quarterback.
Okay, I'll take the wide
So
receiver they got now over all the wide receivers that left.
you tripping.
You ain't got
They
nobody
definitely
but Travis Hunter. You
their
got Travis
receiver
Hunter
group
and
is better.
LeJohn.
I ain't
Their
doing
receiver
that
group as
now.
a whole is better. As a whole, as far as depth, is better.
They
But
Hey
better.
man,
the
I ain't
They
linebacker
are
core is better.
better than last year.
The
nah
linebacker
nah nah
core is
nah nah
better.
nah.
Okay,
Time out.
She been on
Time out.
vacation. She been on vacation.
Time
So
out.
he
let's bring
ain't
him up
done
to
his
speed.
homework.
Let's bring him up to speed.
Time out,
Okay,
man.
let's do it. Let's do it. Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn, LeJohn Wester,
hmm
and then you have Shepard.
Those three
That's
three
four.
guys that got drafted. That's three guys
Okay,
that got
okay.
drafted.
I know what you're doing with that, but let's just do
Huh?
four. Okay, let's match them.
Okay.
So let's match the Travis Hunter with Marion. Can we do that?
Travis Hunter. That's a
I'm
win
gonna
for.
say let's match it. We know Travis on Travis. Let's match it with
Okay.
Omarion. We saw what Omarion do, even
Okay.
against Travis Hunter as a freshman. We saw what Omarion do.
Oh, he may want to talk about it.
I
JR.
mean, look, I like Ho, but I just
Okay,
got to
so
see it
let's
on the
keep going.
field.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jimmy Horn gonna be replaced by who? We can let's pick who we can replace him with.
Q6. I take Q6 over Draylon over.
You
Who
so
you
you
want?
take so they put Gibbs in there. Let's put
Draylon, Cam Mike.
Okay. Okay. So Jimmy Good, right? We got Jimmy replacement. LeJounte.
Okay.
LeJounte. Who we got?
That's a
JoJo
lot of
Williams.
production. That's
JoJo
a lot
Williams.
of that's a
JoJo
lot of
Williams had
production that
production.
left.
He had
He had
JoJo Williams.
production. He had production, and he ain't had no Western production though, man.
Okay, Cecile Brown. Cecile Brown is the only quarterback, wide receiver that had 1,000 yards last year.
I mean, look, I'll give you that 1,000
Okay,
yards.
so let's match Sincere
He didn't
Brown
put up
with
a
let's match Sincere Brown with
Shepard.
Shepard.
That was you
Now,
gonna say
he better than
Shepard.
Shepard.
No, match him up with Travis Hunter.
I'm just saying, but he better than Shepard.
BY stop. No,
No,
don't
prove
do
it.
that. No.
This dude 6'4", 6'4", run a 4.3. Or he's 6'5", run a 4.3. And if he get the target that Travis Hunter got, who can say that?
That's the thing, though.
Okay. Let's
If
do
he gonna
tight
get them
ends too.
same targets, no.
Let's do tight ends too. What tight ends we lost?
We ain't losing no tight end.
Right.
I
So
mean,
you
I guess
gained
some
two.
to the portal or whatever like
So
that.
you gained two good tight ends, right? At least two. So is that bring some upside to the passing game? You didn't have no real tight end last year.
Look, all I'm saying is that's a lot of talent that left. A lot.
But you got more in. You brought more in than you lost.
But it's unproven talent. I'm high on
How they unproven?
Sincere Brown proven. JoJo proven.
How they unproven?
I'll give you JoJo. JoJo put us on some
Sincere Brown proven.
as a true freshman. He did his thing. Sincere, I mean, look, proven at what level?
Well, how you say what's called unproven? How you say JoJo unproven and Cecile Brown is not proven?
JoJo did it as a true freshman, man. How long Sincere Brown been in
True
college?
freshman what? He played in 6 games.
Yeah, as a true freshman at Tulsa. That's big for a true freshman to have 400, almost 500 yards. You don't get that.
So what Cecile Brown did at Campbell
Smith and old buddy from Alabama.
So what Cecile Brown did at Campbellton University don't equal up to Jimmy Horn
no, it don't.
Wheeler Shepherd, what they did on the field?
It don't equal up to West. I see what you're doing. You took two people to put one person. No,
because we got a bunch of them. I'm saying they better as a whole.
They better as a whole, but B-Watch, you know how football season go. Once you get into a season, you're gonna have a guy that separates himself, and they're gonna be the number one target, and they probably gonna get majority of the passes. That it is what it is. Travis Hunter would get 10 looks a game. Everybody else play your role. So that's gonna happen again. Somebody gonna separate themselves, whoever it is. So once that person separates themselves, they'll probably be the number one, and then the other people will just have to get what they can get
this combination
from the rest of it. I don't think you're getting that again.
Think about combinations. Imagine a Marion Miller on this side, Gibson in the slot, and Cecile Brown over there on the other side by herself. You don't have that kind of matchup. Only matchup nightmare we had was Travis Hunter because he could just catch all over you.
That's great. You only got one ball, Greg.
You're going to have to double Cecile Brown, and you're going to have to double Marion Miller.
Okay. So if you double
over top on both of them.
You double them guys, you still only got one ball. Let's say if everybody open, who getting the ball? If you running 9 routes down the field, everybody open from them 3 players you just named, it's still up to K-Salt to say, all right, well, I'm gonna get this person the ball. Because that's the same thing with Shedeur. We looked at the game a few times. We like, man, LeJounte wide open. Who Shedeur look for? Travis Hunter. B-Watch, you even said a few times while we were watching the game.
The conversation kind of changing, ain't it, B-Watch?
I don't know what he's doing tonight. It looks like he's been out there in the street. He's been out there in that street too long.
What I'm saying is that
the talent.
What I'm saying is that I understand. I feel as though the roster completely is better, but we still got to see it on the field. We got to see it on the field because it's only one peel at the end of the game.
We know that. This ain't elementary.
Exactly.
So what you think that the accuracy for K-Salt gonna be? Since this is depending on him getting the ball, what you think his accuracy is going to be? His percentage?
Probably somewhere where it's been throughout his college career.
So you think he only be like a 60%?
50, yeah, 55, 60%. It'll probably be somewhere around there.
That's kind of low.
That's not bad. That's average.
55%.
That's average for the NCAA. Everybody ain't
Shedeur
Shadeur Sanders throwing.
74.
Yeah,
But that's above average.
That's way above average. You say 50
Exactly. But look at the rest of the quarterbacks in the Big 12 from last year.
He a
They was
fifth round
averaging
pick.
55 to 60% completion on the completion. That's
He
average
can't
for
be
the
all that. He
NCAA.
was a fifth round draft pick.
Oh man, I ain't going back and forth with you, Greg. That's average, and you know that's average for the NCAA. Everybody ain't out there throwing 74 a 74 completion rate. That's
He gotta
above
be
average.
average. He gotta be 74%. Gotta be average.
That gotta be that's the average for the entire NCAA. 74%.
Yeah, because he a fifth round pick. 74 gotta be average.
Y'all wildin', man. Look, they gonna have a good season. I believe their roster has vastly improved with the amount of talent, personnel that they brought in. But again, it remains to be seen. It gotta be shown on the field because everybody look good before the lights come on. The Dallas Cowboys win in the Super Bowl every year, and then what happened? They don't win. So I just want to see it on the field. Sincere Brown had 1,000 yards at Campbell. That don't necessarily translate to Colorado because he got to get the ball to get 1,000 yards. He could be open and still not get the ball. LeJohntay Wessel was open. Travis Hunter still got the ball. Will Shepherd open. Travis Hunter still got the ball. So if Omarion Miller, my guy, get 1,000 yards and Sincere Brown don't get 1,000 yards, then what y'all gonna say? Well, Sincere Brown, man, he had 1,000 yards at Campbell, boy, wasn't that good? Yeah, come on, man. So we can't do that. We just got to see how it play out. Man. That's all I'm saying.
If he make
no, you can't do that. I'm gonna do that. I said they got the better wide receiver group than they had last year overall.
No.
I ain't taking that back.
How many of them getting drafted then?
I agree. I agree with B. Watts. How many would
get drafted? How many would get drafted this year? How many would get drafted this year? 3 of them got drafted last year. How many of them get drafted this year then? If the room better.
I don't know who eligible. Nobody eligible but Omarion Miller can come out and Sincere Brown. Them the only two.
Sincere Brown eligible. Terrell Timmons eligible. Omarion Miller eligible. Who else eligible? I guess those are notable ones that are eligible. So you got them 3 right there. So them 3 getting drafted.
2 of them are gonna get drafted out of that 3.
That's less than 3. 2.
I can't help that they ain't eligible.
No, I'm saying it's 3 people eligible. And if all 3 of them don't get drafted, then that's less than what got drafted the year before.
Him is gonna get invited to somebody camp. He gonna make them special team.
Will Shepherd got drafted, but where he at?
He ain't get drafted. He's undrafted.
Undrafted free agent. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Last my check, he was over there in Denver, and I ain't heard nothing since.
He ain't there no more. They cut him after rookie minicamp. So he's
like I said, I like the depth. I like the depth of the wide receiver room, and I think they're overall better than.
Now I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I like the depth
on the field. I like to see the production on the field. And now when I'll get ready to move to the offensive line is a whole lot better. And I think 2 of them gonna get drafted next year. That's Xavier here from the transfer that came from LSU. Then he went to Memphis and he playing left guard beside Jordan C. I think he's gonna get drafted. And the right guard, Zai Chrysler, who transformed from the Big Ten from Illinois. I think he's gonna be the best lineman on Colorado this year for us. Pro football rating. Yeah, for his rating line. For his rating line. Now I'm not saying he's better. Okay. I'm not saying he's a better lineman. He's gonna be rated higher than any of them on the line because he's playing close to the center. He ain't got to worry about no pass rush. Plus the dude 6'5", 6'7", 340 pounds. Only thing he got to do is pick up a stump. That's it, and he's gonna be all right.
Like Benson. He Benson big.
So what now?
He Benson big.
Long he ain't built some talent.
Oh, that was your boy now.
That's what you want. That's what,
Right up in here.
well, why you bring up Benson? That's what they are. Jay, that JR boy. JR pussy. He just came on the show. He just came on the show. But I'm just saying. I believe Zach Frischler gonna be rated higher than any of the offensive linemen on Colorado because the position they playing at and what you ain't got to worry about. Now Jordan Seaton gonna be on the island by himself, and I hope he do good. I hope he have a better year this year because when you look at that last game against BYU, he just didn't have that game. I recall that. So I'm looking at, but it's gonna help him more because he got a stable left guard and
who gonna be that right tackle?
And Hill. Now that's the question mark. Now I ain't got no problem with the dude that got hurt that played last year. Then
Houston.
Yeah, if he healthy, I mean he played decent till he got injured. That's when it fell apart. When he went down with that ACL or whatever happened to him. That's when the team went down a little bit. Even though they brought that guy in, even though they brought that guy in from Tennessee, I want to see how he turned out. He a big dude too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just want to see him play.
Well, I know what they do have. They got more competition across the roster, so that's always good. You want guys in there competing for a spot because you couldn't say that about the offensive line last year.
Well,
it wasn't really no competition. It was somebody get hurt, and then we look into shout out to Rock. Hey, Rock, get in there. Then Rock don't look good. Then you're trying to go back to the person that started off the game. So it wasn't no competition. But now you got competition, throughout. Some guys that are hungry to be on the field and, show what they can do. And that's for all positions, from the linebacker position to the offensive line, to the quarterback room, to the running back room. Like, you've created more competition in the rooms. So that overall, that'll make for better play, for the team overall, in my opinion. So it just remains to be seen like how I look on the field. So,
all right, let me come at y'all like this. When you look at the defensive back, who's gonna be that one opposite side of DJ McKinney, the cornerback? Who y'all looking at?
RJ Johnson.
RJ Johnson.
Well, his spring, if he come out during the summer like he did in the spring, shoot.
Yeah, I'll probably say RJ.
You got other people.
I think he got the upside, but I'm looking at Tion Paul, man. Maybe he might play the role of Colton Hood in case they go 11 personnel.
You gotta have all them boys pulling hamstrings and ankles. You gotta have 2-3 deep.
So I'm talking about starting. I think RJ John's gonna have the upper hand because they know they're more familiar with him. And but I just want to see the development and how Tion Paul's turn out because on film, he all that. Film work, he all that. So I just want to see how can he translate from a lower level to the Big 12 to play in that. That's the person I think gonna be the key to Colorado back end of their defense. That just meant and the playoff Stoudemire. I know Stoudemire big. Everybody got faith in him, but the way he played last year to me, I know everybody using the screw about they moving around. Well, there ain't gonna be no screw this year. Yeah, ain't gonna be no screw this year. No, I'm coming for both of y'all. I'm coming for both, but you better hope he play like Tars and not James.
But he played more good than bad.
Exactly. He played more good than bad, B. Watts. Come on.
Like I said, I mean, that's who y'all hang y'all head on from the back end.
That's a big boy.
He was big last year.
Yeah, he was big his freshman year. He was hitting too. He was hitting his freshman year.
Okay.
He couldn't cover, but he was hitting.
Yeah. He was probably one of the more sure tacklers that first year.
B. Watts
a lot of time.
He don't forgot so fast.
I'm just looking at Shiloh and Cameron Simeon Craig. Then I look at what we got now. It just ain't matching up, boy. Intensity wise and physical wise.
Ford?
Who?
Byers?
Okay, I go with him.
Yeah.
We need
That's what
somebody else back there.
replacement.
I want to see somebody else back there.
What we got the guy named Love coming. You think he
I
can
ain't
play?
seen him play. I ain't seen no
I'm
film
just
on
saying
him.
he can fill in. You still got Branch. He might have been eating his Wheaties.
Yeah, I like Brian. I like him.
Put
I
on 10,
like him.
15 pounds.
I like him. I like him. I
Yeah,
like the
you got
Brent.
people back there. They just no names. This team is dangerous because it's full of no names. Even we don't know their name. We usually no names.
That's why I said, man, I just got to see it on the field, man. It's hard. It's hard for me to say this wide receiver group. It may be deeper, but then to say, oh, well, it's better than the last group. Well, the last group produced. Last group had a Heisman winner. Last
Last
group had
producer
a
had
wide
an average
receiver.
quarterback throwing 75%.
Last group had 1,000-yard receiver. Last group had another receiver go for 900 some yards. Then the other receiver went for 400. Then the other receiver went for another 400. So last year group put up a lot of numbers. I just want to see it this year.
Well, I don't know if they're gonna throw as much, and I don't know if the quarterback gonna be as accurate because you get more opportunities to catch the ball last year, and your quarterback was more likely to hit you if he throwing 20% better than what you giving this quarterback ability to do. So I think all of that is factored in. You know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they may not get as many yards, but I think the production's still gonna be there. I mean, far as across more than one player, I don't think it's gonna be that one guy to get the ball. I
Yeah.
don't think that. I think it's still gonna be kind of spread out. So you
Yeah.
see these guys, they practicing throwing to the running back, they hitting the tight end, they ain't just throwing
Yeah.
the deep ball.
Right.
Yep. And that's I mean, I'm with you, Greg. I think the offense gonna look a little bit different. I done been on record saying it time and time again. Coach Prime gonna have a real short fuse when it comes to that offense. Because that security blanket of his son and Travis Hunter, Jimmy, they gone. LeJounte, they gone. So Coach Prime gonna be looking at these guys. All right, who gonna excel? Because the fuse is real short. It's real short. You don't give that much latitude to players you ain't that comfortable with. So it's gonna be we gonna be looking like, well, god dang, man, it's third. If it was 3rd and 5 when Shedeur was there, we know the ball going up. 3rd and 5 this time, they may run the ball and get stopped 3 yards, get 3 of the 5 yards, then we punting. And then everybody be like, oh man, why they punting? Because the latitude is no longer, it ain't there. He ain't that comfortable. So he got to play to win. He was
I think
playing to win last year, but now you got your son back there. And what Coach Prime say every time he goes to the podium? I know what 12, I know what 2 gonna do. I know what he gonna do because he was comfortable with him.
this team gonna be more likely because Colorado, if you really look at these stats and you really look at the game, they did horrible on short yardage conversions, whether it was
Yeah.
3rd down, 4th down. I think
Right.
this team here is gonna be better because they're gonna be better in that area. Whether it's lining them tight ends up, them big linemen and running straight at you and Salter keeping the ball, they're gonna be able to
Mm-hmm.
convert better on 3rd and 2 and 4th and 1. Shedeur dropping back on 4th and 1, throwing a bubble screen.
Yep.
You
In
know,
the
so that's the
shotgun, 4th and 1.
difference. That's not a benefit. That's a handicap. Throwing the ball on 3rd and 2 and 4th and 1. So it's actually the opposite. They were the ones who wasn't
So let me
converting.
ask you this then, Greg. Greg, when you look at the running back room, what you think about the running back room?
I
With
think the
track
running
dog,
back room is
and
more effective because of the balance of the team. It was either or. It was hot or cold before, and it's like either Shedeur gonna hand the ball off and this whole plain Jane handoff, no play action, no real, no motion on there, just straight up, even out the shotgun. He ain't under the center, So it's like you running the ball and you ain't on the center, you really can't even disguise it. So it's like I can either see he finna throw or he finna run it. I can see that easily. Versus now, you got some tight ends over there you gotta watch. You got the quarterback who he'll blister you, and so it's gonna help the running game because I gotta watch more people. I'm not just watching Shedeur.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, even if the play calls stay the same, I hope they don't. I hope Pat Shermer, has put more into the playbook and things like that, or is able to disguise things a little bit more, or whatever the case may be. But it's gonna look different with Salter doing a read option because he's a threat to run the ball. So that opens up stuff. That Greg, the linebacker being held a few seconds longer if Salter riding that ball and with the running back to pull it, or if he letting it, you know what I'm saying? So things like that, that's gonna look different. That's gonna create more opportunity. That's why I was like early on saying, man, you know what? I think they're gonna have 1,000-yard rusher.
But you got to watch the tight end too.
I think they're gonna have one, but we'll
You got to
see
watch
how
the
the
tight
season
end.
go. But
You talking about receivers? We don't talk about the tight ends enough. We talk
yeah,
about all the receivers, but you got to factor in the tight ends with the receivers because that's something you didn't have. So you use that same scenario. He holding that ball. You watching him. Tight ends going right behind him.
yep.
So now he got to be watching the tight end, watching Salter and the running back. Because
So
that tight end drifting. That tight
I
end
like the
blocking and then he
dynamics.
drifting.
I like the dynamics to see it. I just want to see it
But we
because
gonna see it. We gonna see it a month from now when you bought Edit. Think about it.
Yeah.
You bought Edit a month and a week or so. So we at it now. I don't know. Like I say in my video, I don't know what we're gonna see on Well Off. Cause Well Off kind of spicy. It's like it's very cutty, chippy. It ain't like a storyline like we used to see it. They don't show as much, which is good. Cause I want them to be under disguise as long as possible. They need to sneak Georgia Tech, hit them right in the mouth, and they don't need to see it coming. And then the rest of the teams behind that, they gonna be in panic, trying to adjust. They can't size them up like, oh, all we gotta do is stop Shedeur and Travis. They size you up. All these other years, we just need to put pressure on Shedeur. They don't know who they need to put pressure on right now.
Yeah. Man, I'm ready to see it, man. But shout out Bucky, man. Well Off and everything like that. I got a chance to listen to that interview he did with Deuce Scoop. Shout out Deuce Scoop too, man. That was a dope interview for sure. But Bucky said he gonna be back in Colorado. So that content that we used to seeing, the storyline of how I think that's gonna come back because that goes with Bucky, the way he can talk to the players and engage with the players and stuff like that. The other camera guy, he ain't saying much.
Yeah.
But Bucky would be like, man, you saw her, man, you this, you that, and that creates more conversation instead of you just holding the camera and you just getting clips, getting action. Bucky created the storyline with conversation too. So
he's not gonna have the same relationship because he's not there as much. His brothers are not there. He's not. His relationship with the players is gonna change by the year.
Yeah,
because he's more spread out. So he gonna be there because his dad there. It's gonna be different for them, man. I don't think they really realize how different it's gonna be. Coach Prime don't even realize how different it's gonna be because like during this offseason, he ain't really been there. So he gonna really get to see what it's like for real, not to coach his sons. When he be there, he look around, he be like, "What he at?" And Bucky too. Bucky ain't really been around that scenario without his brothers being out. From a filming concept, honestly, Well Off was about showing the Coach Prime era. It was about showing Coach Prime's transition into college football, and then he had a chance to go into the big time college football and his brothers. That what the Well Off was built on. Now Well Off is something else. It's more about just showing college football as a whole because it was really a family thing. That's what it was. So without family being there, Bucky gonna have a new experience.
Yeah.
Like it may change the way like his passion for it could change because it's like this is it's different from what I'm here in Colorado for. My brothers ain't here, my dad here. I'm gonna check on him, but it's different. The relationship with the kid, the players is different.
Yeah. I could potentially see that happening for sure, but that remains to be seen. But he said he's gonna be back, so we'll see.
He told me when I asked him about I asked him something. What I asked? Yeah, I know what I asked, but I can't say what I asked. He said, "Man, I ain't met none of the players yet."
Yeah, he said that on thing.
He said he ain't met none of the players. He
He
bounced me back and said, "Bro, I ain't met none of the players yet."
Yep.
Stop.
The The ones he knows is the ones he know.
Yeah,
Drayon, O,
yeah,
who else? Seaton. Like
I
the
yeah.
think
He said
ones
he
he
ain't
know,
met
he
none of
know.
them new players yet. He said he ain't met none of them yet, bro.
I think it's gonna be that way going forward, man. I think realistically we can't expect that was a magical time. That was a magical combination of Travis Hunter going to HBCU, then going to Colorado, Coach Prime going from a couple years at HBCU to the FBS. Those storylines was amazing. And he was coaching his sons. That's what everybody was attracted to. It was like that's so rare, all those rare stories. And now it's just football. It's just football now. And you trying to find the storyline. You know, you're trying to find a storyline that fit, and you just ain't found it yet.
Yeah.
Just football now. It just can't Coach Prime win without his sons. Can he win? Have another winning season? Can he go to the playoff? That's what it is. It's not player center anymore, which can be a good thing for Colorado because you
Yeah.
ain't gonna see him coming as a football team because you don't know
Yep.
So when y'all look at the defense, what are they strength on the defense? Is it defensive line or defensive end? You still got on that defensive end. You still got Sam Okoloko, and you got Wade still there.
Yep.
Then you got them two guys from IMG. You got
Yep.
Arden Walker. Y'all think that strength or the defensive line gonna be strict, Greg?
Mm.
them. Defensive line gonna have to be, but because it's gonna be them and the linebackers. Because once defensive line let people know y'all ain't finna pass on us, then they can
Hold
show
on,
you how to run.
let me I didn't mean to cut y'all, but I did mean to cut y'all. But check this out. You know what I was looking at, man? I was just looking at some past videos of typing, that's coming up and getting.
Mm-hmm.
And I ran across a video of what his name? French. French was in the backfield a lot of times, but his problem was when he go up against a big running back, man, they drag his ass about 5 or 10 yards because he ain't that big. You know, they were literally dragging him. They don't have the weight. He got the speed. He got the speed to catch you and hit you. But when I saw that big old running back get up on him, bro, he has a problem. So I don't know when it comes to that linebacker, they might have to try to. I don't know. I
I
don't
mean, they
know.
got both though. They got they got lean linebackers, and they got the thicker ones. They just got to use them correct. Now they got some young thick ones. Like we talk about was it Marquez Walker?
Right,
He's a young guy,
Mm-hmm.
but he's more stout. His style of play is more stout and head on. But he not gonna be the running guy to go run it down and be in coverage like a French. So it's up for the coaches to use their resources. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, I mean, you have a diversity in your linebacker room that you ain't had. You got depth and you got diversity, but you got more athletic linebackers than you had before. And ain't that what BYU had last year? They didn't have the biggest linebackers. They had some tall. Then they had that tall, skinny linebacker that was tearing us up. Looked like a wide receiver playing linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
right.
BYU, the light skinned dude, he was
Mm-hmm.
tearing Colorado up, getting interceptions and everything. He was tall and lean. Looked like Jason Taylor out there. So it's a place for that. Georgia Tech had them style linebackers. But you got to have the right scheme. You can't be expecting, you got to look at who you playing against, the down and distance. You got to look at all of that.
Yeah.
Right,
That stuff matter a lot for sure. I
right.
mean, I like French. Some of the film I seen, he tackle a little high, but I mean, I like him.
Yeah, that's
To
what he was
me,
doing. He was a big old running back. He was taking them high.
yeah, he in the right spot. And that look, the rest could be coached. Low man in football, for the most part, gonna win unless you just stronger than that person. But typically, if you're lower center of gravity, you win that interaction with that person that you come into contact with. But I like the fact that he was in the right spot. He just wasn't out of position. And you can't say that about what's his name? What's his name? Be out of position and missed the
Who?
tackle. What's his
Who?
doggone name? Not Nikhil Hill Green. What's his name?
Bentley,
Bentley?
Bentley, yeah. Bentley behind be out of position and missing. Like, bruh, we can't afford to have you out of position in some of the game and missing tackles in the game. So, you know,
That's
because
why I
you
say
look,
the linebacker group as a whole is better.
yeah, you look
It
at
is.
you start walking it down and you look at the Kyle Hill Green, he has 7, 8 tackles, and then you start looking at Bentley. Well, where Bentley at? Bentley 2 tackles. How you a linebacker go through the whole game with 2 tackles, Greg? So, but that's the thing I liked about French. He was always in the right spot. So coach him
Yeah,
up,
he beat that now.
So that could be coached up for sure. I like that.
Well, Colorado thing is, part of that coaching is them tackling drills. They got to implement a lot more tackling drills compared to the last couple of years. That's what I've been
I'm,
doing.
I'm,
It's
I'm with you
hard
on that.
to play tag you it all weeks at a time, and then you go in the game. You like, the last time I really hit somebody, it's like do I hit them like this? Do I, you awkward with that thing because you've been thudding up. He bounced off of that. That's what we were saying. They were bouncing off their thuds.
Mm-hmm.
Because they perfect thudding, but they ain't perfect taking them down.
Yeah.
That's a technique. Take them down, but they don't want them to take them down in practice. Well, let them take down some of them practice squad guys. That's what they there for. Let them take them down.
Yeah. But that's what I like. His awareness was good. French's awareness was good. He was always around the ball. It's just, as far as bringing him down, as far as the tackles, sometimes he tackled a little bit too high. And like BY said, he'll get drugged, and it is from there. Now the other guy from Jacksonville State,
Huge.
he make the tackles, his awareness. So and vice versa kind of thing.
But I
But
thought he had him.
This dude had 81 titles, dude. What you
he
talking
had
about?
he had 81 tackles, but if you look at him in the passing game, he wouldn't. You put him, let him start dropping back. That's what I mean by awareness.
What
French
you
was
mean?
aware in the passing game as well. Go watch the tape, B. Watch. I ain't
I don't
saying he
why
a.
he say he led their
I'm
conference in
I'm
interception for his
I'm I'm,
linebackers.
I'm not saying he a bad player, but what? And B. Watch, you saying he led the thing in intercept? I got to check that. I got to fact check that. I
I
don't
don't
know
check
about that.
it. We don't talk about it.
Yeah.
But when I say
He's more diverse than Hill Green was.
Yeah.
when I say his awareness, he come downhill. They came down here, Jacksonville State. They came downhill a lot. Who was their coach? The previous coach at Colorado defense. He was the head coach. So they was coming downfield, and he was getting back there making a lot of tackles. But when it came back to him dropping back, it wasn't always there on the drop back. So that's what I'm saying.
How he make 81 tackles, big dog?
81 because they coming down here, man. He coming down here. You look at his highlight tape, all his tackles coming down here. All of them
No
down here.
lateral.
Not look at the
All
highlight
the matter of
tape.
fact, he changed that.
Look at the highlight. All them tackles coming downhill, man. That's
Well, he gotta be
good
down
though.
here.
That's what we need. We need
But
that
Hill
for
Green, that's
sure.
all Hill Green was a downhill guy.
Exactly. That's what we need. We need
Right.
downhill tackles. So that's why
you
I'm
pair
happy
him
they
with
brought him
French.
in.
You pair him with French, we got something we ain't have. We got a
We got
coverage
something
back
we
and
ain't
a
had.
downhill guy.
Because last year we just had 2 downhill guys.
And no
Because what's
cover.
the name couldn't?
Middle
Yeah,
field wide
they
open.
both couldn't coverage.
Trevor Woods couldn't come in and cover.
Yeah.
So
All
I
right,
like the
guys, we went over
diversity in that
time,
front.
man. I didn't know we had went over time. We don't went over 30 minutes. I got to end this thing. But appreciate everybody in the chat. I think we're going to have a good season either way, Colorado and Cleveland. Just, hey, stay tuned. That's all I'll say. The season almost here. Give us your last word. We out of here, JR.
Yeah,
Greg?
man, nah, it's good chopping it up with you, B Watts, man. Being back on Thursday with Greg, man. Salute to you.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, just recovering from the vacation. Now, seemed like the days just long. I'm like, man, I had so many activities going on during the vacation. Now I'm home. I'm like, I don't want to cut the yard. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But gotta get it done day by day, man. Day by day.
I heard that. Hey, don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I got Miss Phyllis Smith. She'll be on with me tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Go ahead, Greg. We out of here.
Yes, sir. Greg City. Y'all know. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. think we'll be on Sunday around 2 p.m. And like I say, this season moved right along. B. Watts, no, not to rush it this year. B. Watts' favorite guy showed up on my show last Sunday. You see your boy showed up. You spoke him up. The lawyer. Your lawyer.
The lawyer. What lawyer?
The law dog.
Oh, you know,
shout out to Law Dog, man. Shout out
really?
to
I thought he had left on YouTube. I thought he left YouTube.
Yeah, he popped up, man. Yeah, so we'll be on that Sunday. Y'all check it out.
Okay. All right. Oh, Lord, dog. Tell him come on over here and join from Thursday night.
We about to send APA out for him. About to send the search squad out for him.
You know, he lost that bet. He supposed to went away for a year.
Yeah, he went away.
Then talking about he said 10-2. I know you did.
Look at him.
Oh, no. Damn. No. What's up, bro? Oh, hell no. Hey, Law. Hey, Law,
man.
You know, hey, Law. Show up next Thursday, big dog, for 30 minutes. That'll get 30 minutes of you. I'll drop that link to you. Get some of JR and Greg.
Nah, man. Law Dog good people, man. He just do want to talk about, man. He
damn, Greg done stopped his work.
He say this gonna be his year. He feel like this gonna be his year right here.
Yeah, man. Goddamn Law Dog, man. I thought he had went away, man. Yeah, man. But it's good seeing him, man. Good seeing him. He said that. JR. He coming.
Nah, man, me and Law good, man. I ain't talking up with him a while, but me and Law
my
good.
dog, man. Hey, don't come out here. Hey, man, we're gonna put you in that. Hey, we're gonna put you in that medical tent now, Law Dog. So he showed up on your show.
What he just did right there in that chat. He just popped up.
Goddamn Law Dog. Hey, man, it is what it is, man. Everybody don't like what we do, but hey, everybody got an opinion, so. No, it is what it is. But it's good to have JR back, man. He brought that juice tonight, but he got Greg all shook up and got him all fired up out of his comfort zone. So it is what it is, man. But appreciate y'all, man. I'll see y'all next Thursday. Once again, Sports Talk with B. Watt and Greg Said. Appreciate it, fellas. Y'all have a good weekend, man.
All right, B. Watts. All right, Greg.
All right.
Hey, Salo, they call me Buckified. They call me Buckified. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Buckified is what they call me in their champion. Look at that outfit. They call him Buckified Bird. I got inducted at the Hall of Fame in 2017 as a super fan. But you're gonna be the steal. The steal. You're gonna be the steal. This is the steal, baby. This is the steal. We stole Salo. Well, I'm telling you what, we stole it. They gonna be back at it. I'm telling you what, can't nobody stop us. Back to back, and we're going to the Super Bowl. Can't nobody stop us. We got Salo. Shut down, lockdown, baby. When I walk like this, shut down, you know what time it is when I walk like this. Shut down, lockdown, baby. Buckified.
Are you practicing to practice, or you practicing to be great? Which way am I going?
Bus coming, you on the way.